everybody, I'm Mrs. Comsa, and today we are going to go on a fun field trip to get to see one of Kentucky's, actually two of Kentucky's most precious state symbols. This is the Thoroughbred. Today you're going to get to learn all about the history of thoroughbreds, the horse racing industry, how to take care of a thoroughbred, and you are going to get to see two beautiful thoroughbreds and learn all about them. These thoroughbreds are very, very special to my heart because these happen to be my babies. And I'm so excited for you to get to meet them. All right, sweet girl, are you ready? Baby, back up. Back up. Back up. Good girl. Good girl. This beautiful baby right here is our lady. She's a chestnut mare, and you're going to get to learn all the exciting terms that we use for horses in just a little bit. But first, we're going to talk about the history. Lady is a thoroughbred. Thoroughbreds were originally bred in the 17th century in England. England is all the way on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. They came to America on ships. That's right. They put all those horses on ships and they sailed all the way to America. When they first got to America, they were used by soldiers and by people. People used them to get around. We didn't have cars way back then, so horses were how people traveled. Thoroughbreds started to get their move to Kentucky in the 18th and 19th centuries. They discovered that Kentucky was a great place for thoroughbreds because of our amazing grass here in our state. Our grass has limestone that grows underneath of it. Did you know that, lady? That limestone is full of calcium. The calcium is so good for our horses because it makes their bones nice and strong, just like milk does for you. And look, you can see how strong our sweet ladybird is. Now those strong bones are very, very useful because thoroughbreds are used in the sport of horse racing. Horse racing is very popular in Kentucky and all over the world. Did you know it was one of the first organized sports in all of America? And it got started in Kentucky and Tennessee. One of the most famous horse races is still ran in Kentucky every year. That is the Kentucky Derby. And most of the beautiful thoroughbreds that run in that race come from Lexington, which is where we live. Our sweet lady was a horse racer. She raced in the horses, didn't you, sweetie? And she won many races. Now, Lady cannot race anymore because on her very last race, she got hurt. She hurt her hip. She's still able to walk and get around and play just fine, but she's not able to run in those races anymore. Horse racing can sometimes cause horses to get injured. And when that happens and they have to end their racing career, they go and they live on farms with people and they get to become pets, just like Lady did. While they're horse racing, though, they do grueling hours of training, just like you might do when you have soccer practice or baseball practice. And they run and they have to work out their muscles just like hers so that they can be big and strong for their races. Did you know that these horses can run almost as fast as a car? That's amazing. Lady, can you say hi to the kids at school? They're so excited to get to learn all about you. I bet you didn't know that you were such a valuable part of the history of our state of Kentucky. She sure is beautiful. Go for a walk. Now you're going to get to meet my precious boy. This is Bubba B. Bubba B has a unique story. Bubba B was born with a slight defect on his ankle. He had a scratch on it. That meant that he was not able to race. In order to race, like our lady did, the horses need to be in perfect condition. So right from the start, from being a baby, we were able to welcome Bubba B into our family since he would not be able to race. Bubba B is what is called a colt. A colt is a boy horse, and he is just a baby. He's only 2 years old. Are you ready for the kids to meet you? When we bring Bubba B out, we're going to get to learn all about the care that is required when you have a thoroughbred or any type of horse. You're also going to get to see a tasty treat that Bubba B likes to eat. And you are going to get to learn some really cool horse words. He's very excited to meet everybody. Because Bubba B's just a baby, he's still learning a lot of the skills, just like you are in school. Back up, back up, back up. Good boy, good boy. Horse, you have to take care of it. Horses require lots and lots of grooming, don't you? So that they can look so pretty all the time. This requires brushing. You have to brush their manes. This is the hair that comes off of their head. And you have to brush their tails. Go ahead and show everybody your tail. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Back around. You also have to brush their coats. During the winter time, the horses grow big, thick winter coats so that they're able to be outside in the cold weather. Sometimes, if it's really cold, they have to wear a blanket, which looks like a coat like you have. Here, stand nice, stand nice. Bubba B is learning all the important skills that horses have to learn because they also have to have their feet cleaned every day. We use a special pick in order to clean that, and I'll show that to you a little bit later. Bubba B also happened to get a boo-boo on his side. And when that happens, the vet has to come out to take care of him. And we had to put a special cream on him as well. So horses get hurt just like you do too. We're going to learn some cool vocabulary too that we use for horses. So we already said that colts are what we called a baby boy horse. I bet you want to learn what we would call a baby girl. Baby girl horses are called fillies. When these boys grow up and they're no longer colts, they're what is going to be called a gelding or a stallion. So anytime you hear the word gelding or stallion, that is a boy horse. A girl horse, like our sweet lady, is a mare. Horses are also known as equines. So if you hear that word, they are referring to horses. When the people come out to take care of the horses' feet and give them their beautiful pedicures, that's called a farrier. And horses have vets, just like your dog and your cat have a vet. And they usually come to the barn because it's a little hard to fit Bubba B in the car. So the vet comes to us. So does the farrier. Now you might be asking, what does a big guy like this eat? Well, horses love to eat grass. That is their favorite thing to eat. And like we were saying when we got to meet Lady, the grass in Kentucky is very, very good for horses. Do you remember why? That's right, because it makes their bones big and strong. Are your bones big and strong? Horses also love to eat hay. Bubba B and Lady both have bags filled every single day full of hay. It's one of their favorite things to eat. Each night and morning, they get a breakfast and a dinner that's grains. And their grains have oats in them, just like the oatmeal that you might eat for breakfast. They also love tasty treats, which are made out of oats and molasses. And we're gonna feed Bubba B and Lady a tasty treat in just a little bit. What do you have to say for the kids at school? Come on, we're gonna show them your stall. Come on. So I'm standing here inside one of our horse stalls, and I wanted to show you some of the things that Bubba B and Lady have and some of their accessories. I also wanted you to get a look at the not so glamorous side of owning a horse. All of this on the floor, well, that's horse poop. And when you own a horse, you do have to clean it up. And it requires a special tool that looks an awful lot like a shovel. Horses go to the bathroom a lot, so this can be a big job and a little bit of a stinky job. These are the brushes that we use for the horses. One is to get the dirt off. The other brush is used as a finishing brush when you're all done. This is the hoof pick. This is what is used to clean the horse's feet. It cleans the underneath side of the horse's foot. Some horses wear shoes. We also have buckets for feeding the horses, and we have hay bags. And there you see Bubba B's buckets. not least, we are going to give the 2 stars of our show a special treat. These are cookies that I make for our horses. They're made out of oats and molasses because horses love those. These are Bubba B and Lady's favorite things. As you can tell, they're very, very excited for their treat. I think that they have definitely earned one. Ready for your treat? There you go, pretty girl. So thank you guys so much for joining me today and getting to learn all about the thoroughbreds. I hope that you had a great time. Yes, you guys were very good. You were